Risk out rain, falling down again. Hello everybody. Do you like Risk of Rain? Do you like challenge runs? I have both my hands in the air right now, so you know what my answer is. And that's why we're making this video. It's about how to get all the artifacts and secrets hidden in Risk of Rain. Well, not all the secrets, but most of them. So that you can get down to the business of challenge running. Because I've been doing some challenge running myself lately, and I would like to help promote those videos with this. A video about that. So, for now, a quick guide on getting you some of those awesome artifacts that you can kick things off, and hopefully dig into some challenge runs of your own. Shall we? First up, we got Command. Now, this is not the first relic that you can get, or probably will get. It is, however, the one that will make getting the other ones that much easier. It is in the Hive cluster, which is one of the possible levels for level 4, and it is always in the top right-hand corner of the map. It'll spawn with these invisible strings which flash in and out of existence. Those are always actually there. You don't need to worry if they're invisible, they're not gone, they're still there, you just can't see them. And you just climb across and grab that artifact. In doing so, you will now have the ability to choose which items you like rather than having them be random. Now obviously that makes it so much easier to acquire other items which might be easier to get with certain items being had. And while we're here, we might as well mention the fact that there is the bloated survivor who would normally spawn here, which is the bottom right. He's not here in my game, but that would be where he is normally. Now our second artifact for the list is Honor, which is one of the easier ones to get. For this, however, you're going to need specific items, which is why you're just getting Command first. There is of course the chance that you'll simply happen to stumble across these items as you need them, but the Hopu Feathers, the Rusty Jetpacks, or the Proton Jetpack will all help you to get this. What you need to do is head towards the left-hand side of the map and see if this section has spawned. If you can get in there, then you want to try and enter through these little gaps and simply head on down to the left. This is basically all you need to do, and doing so will let you get access to the Honor Relic. The Honor Relic, of course, has the effect of making sure that all enemies who spawn are elites, which is the ones who have special effects such as regeneration, leaving fire trails, having the shocking aura. It will definitely make your game a little bit harder, but it can also be used to stack with certain effects like, say, the 56-leafed clover, which causes elites to drop items to make the game a lot easier in the long run. So that's another one that you can get, which will actually help make some of the later ones easier if you use it with the right combinations. Next on our list is Kin. Now this one is in the Dried Lake, which means that it's another potential first for you to get. It will spawn on the left-hand side of the map, being on this tiny sort of cracked area. You can see the area inside the wall where it will actually spawn. You need to be able to get across there, so quite possibly you're going to either want a character who can get across there with the extra jump, or again, hope for a Hopu Feather or something like that. It should be noted, however, that the Huntress can't actually open the passageway to get in there, so you need to be playing as one of the other classes. Now, of course, once you get in there, it is a simple matter of hitting these 3 buttons. I'm playing as a sniper, which unfortunately means that I'm going to have a hard time getting all 3 of them, because I really need a rapid fire class to do this easily. But that is pretty much the gist of it. Shoot these 3 buttons within a certain amount of time, and the Kin Relic will spawn on the altar just below us here. Now this relic changes it so that all the monsters who spawn within a level are of the same type. That means that it's either all Lemurians, all Wisps. This can make the game easier or harder depending on how good you are at combating that particular monster. It also has the added bonus of the fact that it no longer spawns bosses when Kin is active. Next up, we've got Spite, which appears in the Sky Meadow level. Now, in order to get this, you need to find the hole, which is in this section near the center of the map. You can see it in that slightly discolored piece of ground. Any explosive attack will cause that to open, be that the bandit's bomb, the bomblets that drop from the Huntress's special attack, the engineer's trinades, or any other explosive sort of shockwave. Once you've opened that hole, you can then drop down it, and it's a simple matter of climbing across a small platforming section to reach the Spite Relic. Once you have this, you will have the ability to make enemies drop explosives when they die, which gives you the potential of killing you, making the game much harder. That's about all that can really be said for this one. Next up is the artifact of Distortion, hidden in the fungal caverns. It is in the top right hand side of the map, and if the little artifact altar has appeared, then you can get this particular artifact by damaging the box on the far right of the screen. It's a little bit small, so you might not be able to see it, but once you hit this, as I am with a laser turbine, you can get the artifact of Distortion, which will seal one of your skills at random every, I think it's 30 seconds. This makes the game much, much harder. The artifact of Enigma is the easiest of all the possible relics to get. It's in the sunken tomb, and you can see it down there in the bottom right of the screen. You simply need to have this rope so that you can climb down here, and when you fall off the bottom of the screen, you'll discover that it simply springs you back up. Pass along and you'll be able to grab the artifact of Enigma, which is a use item, which randomly mimics the effect of any other use item in the game, effectively making it sort of a lucky draw. Next up is my favourite relic, which is glass. This is found in the tundra, and you do so by entering this little niche on the side of the wall here. Sometimes that passage will simply be opened directly and you can just enter. You need to hit all the buttons in this section, one of which I missed while filming this and walking straight past it. But hit that, plus all the others, and it will spawn the relic into the bottom left corner of the map, which is a bit, admittedly, further away than a lot of the other relics that would spawn when you activate stuff. Now, glass reduces your maximum health to 10% of what it normally would be, but ramps up the damage you deal by 500%, which makes the game, honestly, a lot quicker to play through. It also makes it a lot harder, because any single mistake that you make can be punished by a near instantaneous death, at least until you've got a few levels under your belt. Next up, Molten Barracks, it's Sacrifice. This one you need to hit these buttons which spawn around the map. They're behind walls, so you generally need someone who can shoot something through a wall. Quite often someone like the bandit will do the job. I couldn't actually get these buttons to spawn while I was playing, so I just eventually got sick of it and got these images of it off the internet. That being said, Sacrifice gets rid of all chests and gives you the ability to now have monsters drop the items instead of any chests or rewards. Other than that, the Magma Barracks also contains this secret area, which is how you unlock a certain something. You'll find this lava tunnel to one side. You simply come down here and beat this monster, and you've got yourself a secret. You've just got to make sure that you are sufficiently tough to survive walking through a tunnel filled with lava. Otherwise, it'll just kill you and you'll have wasted your time. And after that, it's just a matter of spirit, which is the relic for the Temple of the Elders, and is found by simply jumping off the bottom right hand side of the map and landing on these platforms underneath. After which you've got to make your way across, just ever so carefully, in order to grab the spirit relic. Once you have this, you will gain the ability to run really fast when you're on low health, but so will your enemies, which means that running away from a weakened monster is no longer really a valid stratagem. The last is the Origin relic, which is easy enough to get in that you simply have to beat Providence, the final boss, while having all other artifacts active. This isn't quite as bad as it sounds, and the fact that several of the relics do make things somewhat easier. simply re-roll your kin starter until you get a monster that you're happy farming, and then because honor is active and the monster is always elite, you will end up using something like the 56 leaf clover to simply get ridiculous stacks. And having a stack of something like 50 barbed wire will mean that most monsters will simply die before they even get on screen, which ultimately makes this rather trivial to get. Once you get the Origin Relic, though, you will be able to spawn in an extra boss fight every 10 minutes. So, enjoy that. Now that's out of the way, let's do some challenge runs. I have some already recorded. Maybe you'd like to watch them. Click the boxes. They're right there. You can see them. Click them. Do it. For me.